Hi everyone, I got this package in the mail today from Amazon Japan. It's a little bit too big to show the whole thing on frame. I apologize for that. Now you might be thinking none of my groups have recently released a Japanese release, and that's because this is actually not a Japanese release. It is an older Korean item. You can see the item itself is actually quite a bit smaller than the box. I'm not really sure why they shipped it in such a large box. But it is the 2016 Monsta X calendar. So the item is secured to a piece of cardboard wrapped up inside of plastic wrap, and that was actually glued down onto the box itself, which is kind of nice. I was actually a little bit worried when I opened it up and didn't see any bubble wrap that it might have gotten damaged, because I did start to watch an unboxing on this before I decided to buy it, and they said that the packaging on this damages really easily. So I'm glad that they did secure it down a bit more so it would not get damaged. But I've never seen anything packaged quite in that manner, and I have ordered, several things from Amazon Japan before. It's kind of my go-to site for Japanese releases. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not 2016, it's 2018, soon to be 2019, so why on earth would I go and purchase a 2016 calendar? Well, there's a few reasons for that. Number one is that Monsta X is my ultimate bias group, and I do collect pretty much everything that they release. And I have their 2017 and 2018 season's greetings, and I have pre-ordered their season's greetings for next year, 2019. This one was the only one I didn't have, because even though I did start listening to Monsta X in 2015, I didn't start collecting them until halfway through 2016, so I didn't have a chance to get this calendar. However, I have seen pictures from it, and I really, really like the photo shoot. It's probably one of my favorite photo shoots they ever did. So I decided I did want to pick this up at some point, and so I started looking online to see if it was still in print, if it was more expensive because it's older, if it was maybe cheaper, and there were only two places I found that had it. Yes, Asia had it for, I want to say it was $40-something, almost $50, and then I checked Amazon US and Japan, I do believe. And Amazon Japan, when I got it, if you can see my little invoice here, when I got it, it was retailing for 4,007 yen, but they had some kind of discount sale going on. I'm not sure what exactly the sale was because the text was in Japanese, which I don't speak, but they had some sort of sale going on that ended up making my total 3,755 yen, or I think it was like 35 USD, which is not bad at all considering Season's Greetings do run about 50 to 70 new, and given that this is an older item, a lot of Monsta X's older items increased in value over time. So basically, I thought it was a pretty decent price, so I went ahead and jumped on it. And because it was from Amazon Japan, their global shipping is through DHL or EMS. So it arrived within like 2 days after it shipped. It did take, I think, about a week or so to ship to me because it was an older item. It was on back stock. But actually, when I purchased it, it said it would ship within like 1 to 2 months. So I was not expecting to get it this quickly. And this was the very first calendar that Monsta X did. It was not even titled as the Season's Greetings. It's literally just labeled Monsta X calendar. And the packaging is a little bit flimsier than the ones they did for 2017 and 2018. But it makes sense because they are from a smaller company and the group wasn't quite as successful back then as they are now, so they probably didn't really have the budget that they do now. But mine is in pretty good condition, which is good because, as I said, I did start to watch an unboxing and that person's got pretty banged up in transit. Mine has a little bit of a ding on the back cover. I'm not sure how well you can even see it on camera. But it's not bad at all. Nothing that really bothers me. Especially because I'm more interested in what's inside. Now, because this wasn't branded as a Season's Greetings, it isn't quite as nice as their newer Season's Greetings, I don't believe. And it doesn't come with as much stuff. So we just have the calendar itself right on top. And here we can see the little holder inside has gotten a little more dinged up. Unfortunately, then we have the postcards that it comes with. and the diary, which is meant to be used, I think, as a... I'm not sure if this one is the scheduler with dates or if it's just like a notebook, but I'm really just here for the pictures. I'm just here for the photo book part of it. And yeah, this is why stuff moved around, because for some reason they made this perforated. And I don't know why, because that kind of, like, what this is supposed to do is hold the diary down so it won't move around in shipping, but because they perforated it, it didn't do its job very well. But luckily everything inside is in good condition. It just looks like the box itself is a little dinged up, which I'm not really mad about because I obviously did not buy this for the box. So as I said, it is a lot more bare bones than their other Season's Greetings releases. It just has the calendar, postcards, and diary, whereas all their later ones, all their ones that were actually branded Season's Greetings, came with DVDs and other bonus content as well. But again, this was in like their first year of debut, so it makes sense that it didn't have as many extras. So let's take a look at these postcards. They are all group pictures, I believe. And on the back, they just have space for you to write if you were going to use this like an actual postcard. Unfortunately, it looks like the ink kind of bled a little bit on mine, so the back of the postcard is a little bit dingy. That's a little bit unfortunate. But luckily, it doesn't look like the postcard underneath was messed up, because that would have disappointed me if it did, because this is a really cute picture. This photo shoot in particular, with them all in their like pastel rainbow sweaters, was the main reason I wanted this, because I really, really like this photo shoot. I think this exact picture is actually my desktop background right now. I just really love that concept. And again, the back, again, it looks like the ink in the factory was like really bleeding onto things, because again, we have some ink transfer. It might not be from the factory, it might actually be from these sitting on top of each other for so long. I'm not really too sure. And we also have this concept, and I don't think I've seen very many pictures from this concept, but this is a very nice look as well. And then we have the diary. This is the only thing not in a resealable plastic sleeve, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that plastic off. Even though this was a little bit more of a budget release compared to their newer Season's Greetings, the material of the diary feels really nice, which is always good. And it looks like this did have dates in it, because it says Monsta X Diary Monthly. Yeah, it did. It actually had the dates for 2016, so it's not really usable for that purpose now, unfortunately. But it is totally still usable for the photo book. And again, I love this photo shoot. The concept with them all in pastel sweaters and like clinging to each other is just like the best thing ever, in my opinion. I love this picture of Shonu and Wonho so much. I have it saved on my phone. It's so soft. This photo shoot is so soft, and I love it, because Monsta X doesn't really do a lot of soft concepts, and I don't necessarily want them to musically, but it is nice for a change of pace in a photo shoot every now and then. And it looks like we had a weekly breakdown. Now this, I think you could still use, because it doesn't have dates broken down. It just has January and then the days, and then you could like pencil in your own dates. So this could still be usable if you did still want to use it as an actual scheduler. But I never use the schedulers and diaries and planners and stuff like that come with the Season's Greetings. I just keep them as photo books. So I'm going to go ahead and flip ahead to the next set of pictures, because it looks like you just have spaces for all 12 months of the year. And then we have some more pictures. That is an adorable picture of I.M and Kihyun. They look like especially short for some reason in that, and that's adorable to me. Then we have Wonho, Minhyuk, and Shonu. And then we have Juhan and Hyungwon. And we have a group picture. Really cute. Here we have just some blank pages where you could write notes. And then some pictures of the final concept. And I don't think I have seen scans of any of these before, which is a shame because this is a glorious photo shoot. Oh my goodness. Shonu and I am is like one of my favorite pairings, and the fact that I have never seen this picture is an injustice. That is amazing. That right there is worth me buying this alone because I've never seen that picture before. We have Hyungwon, Kihyun, and Minhyuk, and then a group photo. Sorry, it's kind of hard to show those because they're horizontal. We have just some completely blank pages that you could also write on, and that is the end of that. So not too many pictures in it, but some of those pictures were incredibly, incredibly glorious. So I'm quite happy to have those pictures in my life now. And then, of course, we have the calendar itself. It is a standing calendar like both of their other ones have been so far. It does appear to be horizontal, though, and I think their other two were both vertical. So to start off, we had January, and we had some tiny pictures of Hyungwon and I am right there. And this is interesting to me because one of the things I've kind of complained about with their other two calendars is that they didn't have the members on the months for their birthdays. And it looks like they actually did do that with this calendar. So, my bad. They did do it at some point. I just didn't have the calendar that they did it on. We also have this larger picture of the two of them. Very nice. Very soft. I love that photo shoot, like I said. And then for February, it bothers me how teeny tiny these pictures are because they're really hard to see in real life. When I bring them up close to my camera like that, you can get a better look at them. So it looks like we had Juhan, Kihyun, and Minhyuk for February. And this picture was also in the diary, I believe. So it looks like they reused some pictures as well. And this was the larger picture for that month. And then for March, we had Wonho's birthday in March. So we had tiny pictures of Wonho and Shonu. And that one was in the diary also. There's my thumb, so you can see how tiny these pictures actually are. And then we have the larger picture, which is just soft as heck. I love this. I love this concept so much. And this was like my favorite hairstyle that Wonho ever had too. And for April, which is the month that my birthday is in, we have some group pictures. And yeah, it does look like they had a limited amount of pictures that they just kind of reused, because I'm pretty sure this was one of the postcards, because I'm pretty sure this is the one I said was currently my desktop background. So that's kind of funny that without even knowing it, I made my desktop background the calendar picture from the month of my birthday. And then for May, we've got some more of those teeny tiny Chanky pictures. Adorable. Adorable. Look at those little boys. They're so cute. And then for June, it looks like we had Wonho, Minhyuk, and Shonu. And that was the month of Shonu's birthday. So I take it back, actually. They had it for like I.M and Hyungwon. And then they had Wonho and Shonu in the months of their birthdays, but then they had other members with them. I feel like that picture was used maybe in the diary too. But it's still really cute. All of these pictures are really cute. And then for July, we had Juhan and Hyungwon, and that is adorable of Hyungwon giving Juhan a piggyback ride. That is so cute. And that was the bigger picture for the month. And then for August, it looks like we've got some more group pictures. And then for September, we had a concept switch. We went to this concept with Wonho and Juhan. And that was the larger picture. And that's just a really, really handsome picture of Wonho. But then again, aren't most pictures of Wonho really incredibly handsome? Yeah, I was totally wrong about the birthday thing, because October is the month of Juhan's birthday, and Juhan's not in this one at all. So I'm still questioning Starship's choices of who got which month. I'm still questioning that. But look at this. October was like a full Shokyeon month. This is absolutely beautiful. And they're like matching pink sweaters. I love this. I love this so much. I can't believe I did not know this existed until today. And then for November, again, well, yeah, Minhyuk and Kihyun are both there for their birthday month. But again, Hyungwon's there too. Another thing that's interesting is there's no solo pictures in this calendar. They're like all unit pictures. That was an interesting choice. They all look like really expensive like models here. It's great. And then finally for December we have the teeny tiny group picture and then the larger version. And then the last page is just Monsta X 2016. So for me personally, I'm glad to finally have this in my collection. I'm really glad that I found it for such a discount. I do honestly kind of wish that I had gotten this back when it was new, but I wasn't even into Monsta X enough to know it was a thing back then. But would I personally recommend this if you're a major Monsta X collector and you want to have pretty much everything they've ever made? Yes, I would say this is more worth it than some other merchandise items, especially if you can get it for $35-ish or less. I definitely wouldn't recommend paying more than retail for it. I personally wouldn't have paid $50 for it, and I definitely wouldn't pay more than that. But like I said, I really, really do like the photo shoot, and some of those pictures I've seen online before, but some of them were completely brand new to me, and I'm really glad that I have them now because they're amazing, and I can't believe I lived this long of my life not knowing they existed. But that's it for today's unboxing. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see more K-pop hauls or unboxings like this one, you can check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, I have pre-ordered Monsta X's 2019 Season's Greetings, so an unboxing of that will be up as soon as it arrives to me as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.